Hello, everyone, and welcome to DandD News. This is it. This is the show where we talk about all of the fun things that are happening in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, or the multiverse. Luckily, I did not just spill coffee all over anything. I've got my fancy roll damage on one side, and ow, it's burning hot because it's a flaming sword in this mug. It's amazing. Hello. That is hot coffee, and I love it. So glad you guys are all here with me today. We are getting ready for Dice Camera Haction episode 140. Trust Issues is the title of this episode, coming in just about 54 minutes. Pretty exciting. We have got all four of the Waffle crew lined up for 2 days show. So that's in case you were unaware. Anna Prosser, Holly Conrad, Jared Knabenbauer, Nathan Sharp, and Mr. Dungeon Master Chris Perkins himself, rocking and rolling for the 140th episode, which I think is fantastic. So can't wait for that. We are going to be here talking about what's going on in the D&D world, mostly D&D Live and gearing up for Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Acquisitions Incorporated, Neverwinter's newest expansion. Gosh, there really is a lot to go over, but we'll talk about it all here, as well as hold a mug awkwardly. We'll be doing lots of that. And, of course, clapping and talking about what's going on in the community for Adventurers League, Dungeon Masters Guild, and a D&D Rewind, which is an amazing video putting together clips from the last week of programming here on DandD slash D&D, I mean to say. But some self-promotion stuff first. Ooh, gosh, this is heavy. This is a really heavy award. It's a burden we all have to bear. But we finally got in the Drum Award from the Stream of Many Eyes. So yeah, they actually label it here on the back. I'll lift it up and hopefully you can read it without the glare of the light there. But it says the Drum Marketing US Awards. Whew, man, this is heavy. It's actually really heavy, and I'm like working on my tries by holding this up for you guys to read. Event Experiential Dungeons & Dragons for Dungeons & Dragons. That's it. Gosh, this thing is like, I don't know, like, I want to say it's like 10 pounds, maybe like 11, 12. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's not light, but it is cool to have a physical award in the office. Yeah, that's right. Guns out. Yeah. You can see all my pit stains. There's this one, and I don't get to tout them out too often, so I figured I would do it too. We have this one as well, the Marcom Platinum Award, which we also won for the Stream of Many Eyes last year. And then, of course, the award that goes to my heart, which is Stony, or this guy, Google MacGuffin. He's my favorite. This is the Stone of Galore, and it is possibly my favorite prop that was created. Pretty much the only one that's left over from the Stream Minis. Gosh, I can't pick this up. It's not as easy as I think. But wanted to thank everyone who participated in this thing. This is not an award that even I think Dungeons and Dragons deserves. It's the entire community was involved in putting together and being a part of this event. So thank you to everyone who watched and participated in all of the fun cosplay, all of the great games that were put forth on the Field of Triumph stage, everyone who was searching for this, everyone who was participating in the ARG that was leading up to this event last year. It's pretty amazing. We are about 11 months to the day almost since that event went off on June 1st, so 2008. So it's really, really kind of exciting. So I'm excited and can't wait for more potentially award-winning stuff to happen at D&D Live 2019, The Descent. That is, and then Flash is saying, I can't believe it's almost a year. It's crazy. I can't believe it's almost a year either, man. It went by fast. Yeah, we are planning up a storm for everything that's happening with D&D Live It is fantastic. We just had a production meeting not too long ago about all of the fun things. I'm going to go through some of those just in case you were unaware. It will be things like an announcement of what's happening with the new adventure of Dungeons and Dragons, or that will be published by Dungeons and Dragons. You will get interviews and learn all about that right around 4 p.m. Pacific time on Friday, May 17th. We'll talk about some other fun things that we've got cooking up in the hopper. And then at 6 p.m. Pacific time, a 2-day event, 4 sessions of Dungeons & Dragons played on that exact same main stage area with tons of great people. We'll be announcing those in a web page form in the next couple of days once we confirm up as much as we can. But the Dungeon Masters for that are going to be awesome. We've already talked about that. It's Kate Welch, Jeremy Crawford, Chris Perkins, and Marisha Ray from Critical Role will be Dungeon Mastering, which I'm very excited about. And like I said, the cast is pretty amazing as well. So we'll talk more in the next few days. I'm hoping to speak to Deborah Ann Wall, one of the cast members, on Dragon Talk this Friday at 12. Well, the live stream for Dragon Talk will start at 12. And before that, spoilers and swag will be occurring with Nathan Stewart and Kate Welch, spoiling all types of fun stuff. He's already kind of telegraphed that will be very DandD Live focused, all that's going on there. But it should be pretty exciting. And then we follow up, me and Shelly, being the we in that sentence, bantering, doing our intros and recordings of that. Then we will speak to Deborah Ann Wall at 2 p.m. I'm sorry, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. At 2, we'll probably close it out because we already got enough lore you should knows in the can, and I need that hour back, honestly. We will be spilling all of the tea. That's true. So, that is, I only really talked about Friday of DandD Live. Everybody who's coming to DandD Live on Saturday will get a chance to play Dungeons & Dragons in a epic. D&D epics are these, kind of special branch of D&D play, usually at conventions or large gatherings where there will be 20 tables of people playing Dungeons & Dragons at the same time. They will each have their own goals at the table under their own Dungeon Master, but there's also going to be a Mega Dungeon Master or an Ubermensch Dungeon Master who will be figuring out what's going on for the meta goals of the entire room. And things that will happen at one table will affect what happens at the tables nearby. There will be some decisions that will be made by a single player that will affect the entire room of what's going on. That is happening in the same main stage area that we're doing our live areas, our live D&D play. In another stage, we are creating 2 spaces generally that will have, one will have 4 studios that will have all types of content going on all bunch of D&D channels. We are going to be communicating this a lot, but we will be using twitch.tv/DandD as a hub, but we'll also be broadcasting to Facebook Live, Mixer. We'll have a new account for that. You'll be able to watch stuff on, not to mention Twitter, Steam, and YouTube will all be streaming live to all of those under the DandD accounts, as well as the accounts and or channels and or platforms of many of the groups that we are bringing in to create content throughout the weekend on from those 4 studios. D&D Beyond has got a wonderful setup there. They'll be hosting games by High Rollers and Rivals of Waterdeep, not to mention their awesome show Heroes of the Veil, plus tons of interesting content that will be showcasing new mechanics and stories from the adventure that we'll be announcing, and interviews with Todd Kenrick, who is an amazing person and a great interviewer. So look for that on that channel. There's also going to be podcast created content, so audio only content. It will be streaming both live audio and video, most likely from there. Some of your favorite podcast creators, Victoria Rogers from the Broadswords and Josh Peralt from Taking Initiative, put that amazing slew of the podcast community together. And then on the other channels, there will be folks that we know and love, such as Girls Guts Glory, Uncommon Trust, who is the group that's headed up by B. Dave Walters, who is an amazing storyteller. He was a big part of Stream of Many Eyes on the main cast last year, and he is going to be bringing his group and talking about a storyline that's near and dear to his heart, and the IDW comic book that he's working on, which should be really exciting. Mm. There are other groups involved too, including Sirens of the Realms. Dragon Friends are returning. We haven't seen them in the States since the Stream of Annihilation. Nerd Poker is going to be there. Dan Telfer, as well as the entire cast of Nerd Poker, will be broadcasting live from one of those mini studios on Sunday. Now I feel like I got to list them all, so I don't want to give anyone short shrift, as the case may be. And of course, now my computer is not letting me access this schedule. But now it is. Good for you, Mr. Schedule. You are my friend. So there is going to be a new group called Hell Hath No Fury that is going to be dungeon mastered by Nathan Sharp and includes folks like Hunter from... or folks on this channel might recognize him from Dark and Dicey. Mika Burton is a part of that group, as well as Anna Prosser. So you'll have 2 cast members of Dice Camera Action starting that up together, and then we will welcome back Malik Forte to that group. He was in the TwitchCon DandD Dice Camera Action episode. He will be joining that group as well, and you'll see them broadcast live for the first time during DandD Live. And then we'll have games from A Broken Pact, which is the amazing show set in Ravnica, the world of Ravnica. Tales from the Mists will be doing a segment. It'll be actually, I don't know what the content of that is. Maybe TK can tell us exactly what that adventure is going to be. But I imagine it's going to be a bridge and/or a one-shot from what's happened in the last season to potentially a new season, which is fantastic. And then a group called Enter the Darkness, which has a bunch of wonderful talent that I've always wanted to work with, including the Dungeon Master Daleric, Mathis Games. I think he's able to make it. He may not be able to, but Margaret Cron is going to be a part of that as well. And we will close it all out with a recap from Anna Prosser and Mark Humes from High Rollers, talking about what happened over the course of the day and getting everyone hyped for what's happening in the evening performances. And so Saturday night, we're going to have part 3 and part 4 of The Descent, which is that storyline on the main stage. And then on Sunday night, we are going to have a music performance with a bunch of folks, including all this is being put together by Chris Funk, the gamer extraordinaire and guitarist, multi-instrumentalist. Is that a word? Multi-instrumentalist? I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. There's a little esh in there that I'm adding. So this is going to be tons of fun. I can't wait for all of it. I love the opening number. I actually just saw the lyrics for the opening number, and it's going to be pretty amazing I don't even want to tell you what it is, but it's going to be great. The house band Cardioid is going to be fantastic. They're going to be working with Chris Funk and laying down the music tracks for a lot of the acts that we'll be bringing on, including Library Bards. Jason Charles Miller will be a big part of that, as well as Anna Prosser and special guests singing and perhaps playing some music. Perhaps it'll be Nathan Sharp. Perhaps it'll be Holly Conrad. It'll be fantastic and wonderful. You'll see all of that fun stuff happening that evening. Not to mention all being emceed by Dan Telfer, comedian and dungeon master of Nerd Poker, will be holding down the fort on the microphone and keeping everything moving forward. We'll also be focusing on all the wonderful cosplay that'll be happening over the course of the whole weekend. There will be highlights for them to get to show off their stuff during this whole music interlude type performance, and that's going to be super fantastic. So we're talking about that being at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, May 19th. I do realize there is a finale happening on Sunday, May 19th, but we're hoping as many folks as they can tune into this live performance that you won't be able to see any other time except afterwards when it's available on video on demand everywhere. Just like that other premiere thing is going to be. Hint, hint. But check it out if you can. All right, so that's everything that's going on with DandD Live 2019, The Descent. I'm excited. Everyone here is working super hard. I can't believe starting on Friday, it's going to be just 2 weeks away from when that will go. I can't wait to see so many people from the D&D community be a part of that, and that's one of my favorite parts, is just being able to interact and give high fives to everyone that's going on there. So you'll see a lot of the folks who are here in chat will be there as well. So it'll be a wonderful confluence of so many folks, and can't wait. It's going to be a thing. How about you guys? Can you wait? I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't think you can wait. It's going to be fun. What am I not supposed to say, TK? I'm reading all that there too. But, you know, it's a thing. I said it, and I forget it. I mean, no, you said it and forget it. Oh, I'm so confused. I don't even know. But here's some fun things I wanted to highlight for you guys in the press. This is something that is awesome. So Bleeding Cool wrote up a little story about the next expansion for Neverwinter. Neverwinter is an MMO that is set in the Forgotten Realms. You know, the early levels are definitely all about the city of Neverwinter, but they go to all types of crazy places in the most recent expansions, including Schult, you know, teamed up for the Annihilation. But now their largest expansion ever is in Undermountain. Which is wonderful. You know, I actually, you know what? I should, next time I'll load up the trailer for this so that you can all see it. But this trailer gives you about as gorgeous of a map as you'll ever see of the never-ending pits of challenges that await you, filled with creatures so terrifying you'll run like hell, and treasures beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, if you ever wanted to jump into a 3D rendered world of the Forgotten Realms, Neverwinter is it. And I see Bana UK being snarky, talking about how Undermountain is close to Neverwinter. It's not. We all understand that. It's fine. But Waterdeep was included in a previous expansion, you know, with the addition of the Penny Arcade, Actors Incorporated stuff, and now delving into the Mad Mage's realm doesn't seem too outside what's possible in a video game. So check it out if you can. I've heard great things, and the overhauls to the mechanics for Neverwinter really bring it up to a more modern kind of style. So I'm pretty glad. I should say it's out on PC now. It will be out on consoles at a later moment. I believe June 11th is when it will be on Xbox One and PS4, so check that out. If you, oh God, yeah, they actually write the launch trailers right there. We'll load that up. And again, yeah, it's great to just kind of embody that world in a 3D rendered gorgeousness. So jump in if you haven't. Now is the time. I also wanted to highlight this fun thing. Check it out. This is from our friends at VentureBeat. Wizards of the Coast taps Baldur's Gate Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic designer James Olin for a new studio. Did you guys find out about this? Here's the quote. Olin has proven himself to be one of the most creative and effective lead designers in RPG development. I'm excited to see what his studio will roll up. That is very exciting. We actually had James Olin here in the office today. He gave it, was part of our kind of all hands meeting, and was talking all about what it means to be a game designer for digital games, not just tabletop games. So it gave kind of an overview as to what each type of designer gets as inputs and what they, you know, then output out for the game and what it all means. So it's pretty fantastic. I think he is a wonderful designer, and I love his expertise being brought to bear on something new from Wizards of the Coast. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it's going to be about. We are told it has nothing to do with Magic or Dungeons and Dragons, which is, I have to be kind of honest with you, it's both really exciting and super scary to have something as, you know, not important, but, you know, have so much weight behind it, so much talent behind it, be driving something brand new. So I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. And I really loved all of the games that James Olin has worked on, including Star Wars The Old Republic. I thought it was one of the most single-player-like MMOs out there, if that makes any sense, because of the dialogue trees and how it felt like your choices mattered in the development of your character. I think that's pretty cool. And I can't wait to see where it's going to go next. Of course, he was instrumental in the old Baldur's Gate series from BioWare. He mentioned several times how he grew up in Canada, and he was excited to be in Austin, Texas, because winters in Canada, especially as a youth, are not as fun, or at least as what he was saying. So he enjoys being in the warmer climates. So he's starting up a studio in Austin, Texas. There is so much wonderful video game talent centered in that city that I've heard. I've never actually been to that area. No, actually, that's not true. I have been to the Alamo. Wait, no, that's San Antonio, isn't it? Dang it, really screwed up. Never mind. Never been. But I hear it's great. That Austin, Texas. I don't remember the Alamo. Checking out what you're saying here. You're glaring in Canada. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It depends. I mean, some people really like that. That's part of their life's blood. They're used to being in the snow and the cold for a long period of time. Other people just don't like doing that. So I also understand that. And you never, sometimes you're just in the climate that your parents are in. And you don't really realize that there's different climates of the world out there, and you want to kind of experiment with it. So I'm glad that he's there. Dragon the Dungeoning. Oh my God, Elwarius, that's a great idea. Why don't we do that? I think you might start winning some awards. But I also enjoy the rain, for sure. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I wanted to point it out because I was talking about it on social media the last few weeks. But there is now a new DandD Amazon landing page that is pretty darn cool. It's something that has been lacking for Dungeons & Dragons fans, is a centralized location where you can find apparel, all of the books, all of the miniatures, everything that's from our licensed partners that's sold through that storefront, all available in one place in a very attractive looking hub. It is available there at the link that Wild Rose just put in there. Amazon.com/DandD. Very easy to memorize. There, as someone's pointing out, there is not yet one for Amazon UK, but it's in the works. So check back for that. This is, again, mostly North America based, but I'm told there are some workarounds that those of you can figure out how to get things delivered from Amazon US, but I'll let you figure that out if you can. So look for it. If you ever wanted to find something, or even just want to give a link to your relatives that may not know what's the cool new hotness from Dungeons & Dragons, that's a great place for them to start. It has all of the books that are sold, as I said, through our auspices, but it also has partner products and apparel, some stuff that I didn't even know existed, like a throw blanket that looks like the red box. Hey, it actually looks like this, I think. I think it's got the red box. Wait, no, this is the blue. You know what I'm trying to say. He's actually got the red box thing, but this is the... I know what one it is. It's the t-shirt design that's messed up. There should be a blue t-shirt because this is from... You know what I'm trying to say. Very cool. Check it out if you can. Also, one thing I wanted to make sure everyone saw was the... speaking of blankets, you can buy this blanket from our custom ink link right here. These are all are all sold for raising funds for the Lambert House, which is a amazing program, and I guess program is the word to call it, here in the Seattle area that helps LGBTQ youth and providing the services that they need in smaller towns and rural counties as they're continuing to expand out into those. But you can get all kinds of different t-shirts and apparel. Duffel bag is one that was here. There's also water bottles, tote bags, a banner that's got grommets in it if you wanted to gear up for Pride parades. We have raised tons of money already, and this will be live through July. So check out that, or through June at the very least. I'm not sure if it'll be live through July. But I am excited for it, and I have a few pieces of apparel at my desk right now that I should wear more often. But it's a tank top. I'm not really down with a tank top. Before TK gets mad at me for hating on tank tops, but it is there. Maybe I'll get a trucker hat with the rainbow ampersand on there too. My coffee is getting lukewarm, so the flames are getting a little bit less vibrant, I guess is the word. I know. There's lots of fun stuff. There are trucker hats available here. Not to mention, I'm trying to see things that we didn't. There's sunglasses. That's one thing that's pretty cool. As Jen says, it's a good community center with tons of programs and classes that are all to support LGBTQ youth here in the Seattle area. And I love that they're expanding out into different communities here in Washington State. And hoping, our inspiration about all this, makes other programs pop up like this in other communities. That's one of the goals. All right, so it is time for us to talk through DandD Rewind. Who wants to see an amazing video that puts together all of the fun stuff that happened over the course of the last week here on the DandD Twitch channel? It's all sourced from clips and things that you guys have put together, and I can't wait to put it on some rewind right about now, and I'll talk to you afterwards about how you can get more clips from your favorite shows in this segment. So here, take a look. Here it goes.
When did Penelope get a griffin? Where did the griffins come from? Why does he have a griffin? He is calling things, and what is it? Mookamoke? Mini mook? Mini mochi? What is going on? I feel very lost.
I totally understand. And when we have more time, I'll let you know what's been going on. For the moment, there are 2 issues we need to deal with. I'm not sure which way we should go.
2 issues.
I'm sorry, what?
I think we have more than 2 issues.
Sure, why not? When's that ever stopped us from having more issues? What now?
Good stuff. Oh, perhaps I should have just read what it says on the back cover, which is what this sheet is. See, I thought, okay. The back cover says, this set includes all 4 issues of the Rick and Morty vs. Dungeons & Dragons miniseries, all with exclusive character sheet covers only available in this box set, plus a bonus sketch variant of number 1, perfect for conventions or in-store signings. Oh, that makes sense. That means it's all blank, so you can get it signed in there.
As you approach, he takes the other one in his hand and fires this weird wand into the air and points it at you.
I say...
Do not come any closer. Your monsters will not take this quarry.
Your monsters will not take this quarry. You are the one who has done this today. What?
Quote of the season.
Someone
right
clip
there.
that, please.
So what exactly is this going to mean for existing characters? Characters who have played any of the 1 through 8 seasons or were created in that time. So basically, it's exactly what we just explained, except your season is seasons 1 through 8, the before season. So you can still play any content seasons 1 through 8. Again, your unlocks as usual, same with CCCs, same with season agnostic. You can still play any adventures coming up, get advancement and treasure checkpoints, and most of your rewards, you just don't unlock magic items or story awards.
Warlocks basically, in some ways, can be thought of as very clever rules lawyers who've made some deal and they got something out of it.
Yeah,
but they might just be working that deal to their own ends.
I picture them as sort of Renaissance artisans, where it's here's a thing I want to make. I have to have a patron that will fuel my vision here.
She is very confused.
Am I confused? Am I confused by the fact that you drugged me and brought me onto your ship and left me in your chambers after I had no idea what was going on? Am I confused by the fact that you kidnapped my children and told me I had no right to consider myself a mother? Am I confused by the fact that you were willing to let us die on your ship when we tried to save them? Am I confused by the fact that you murdered someone in our home? I am not confused. May the light of Lathander shine upon you in your confusion.
Dun, 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 dun. Great stuff as always. I am always surprised when it is me on some of those things. I think in my head after each one of the times that I've seen my visage upon a D&D Rewind, I'm always like, yeah, I should send a note to make sure those are not me on there. But I started sending that note as I was watching that one. So bear with me as we try to iron out that detail. It's always fun to iron out details, isn't it? Yeah, no, and I think as Bana UK said, I think they're just doing it to spite me now. So that's funny. So other fun things that are going on is Adventurers League. So let's do that. I love everything that goes on with the Adventurers League, and I'm very excited that more people will get access to what's happening there through being exposed to the D&D Epic that we will be running during D&D Live. So that's super cool. For those who don't know, Adventurers League is the D&D official play campaign, which means you can create a Adventurers League character and play with it at any Adventurers League event. That's at your friendly local game store, a convention, a charity event, even in your own home, even in someone else's home. Crazy, right? I know. But it's great. Lots of great... hey, Onslaught 1134, we're talking it up right about now. So it's kind of like an organized play campaign. And one thing I wanted to tout for what's happening with Adventurers League news right now is if you snagged one of the 3-day badges to D&D Live, you should definitely sign up for one of Adventurers League's epic adventures. Obviously you should do so if you're going to be attending D&D Live, but there are tons of epics that happen at conventions all across the world, not to mention during many conventions here in the States. So we've been highlighting a whole bunch of folks who are doing that, and during the most recent Adventurers Wanted talk show, which you just saw a clip of on D&D Rewind, admins Lisa Chen and Greg Marks were just talking about what you need to bring and why epics are so cool. So check that out on the YouTube channel for the on-demand version, so you can watch that whole clip. It is going to be linked in here very soon if you haven't seen it already. As Merciful DM Lisa says here in the chat, they swapped a whole bunch of their favorite epic stories, and I've always loved the idea. I've never actually played in one myself, which is kind of crazy to think about, but I've always loved the idea of having meta goals that the entire group of large group of people, can be from 50 to 100 to even beyond. That having this kind of group D&D experience, I think is really fascinating. So I can't wait to see it all in action during D&D Live. We really love to highlight some folks who are doing all type of great work. This week comes from a group in West Virginia. Here are some photos from this charity event which raised $1,105 for suicide prevention earlier this month while playing the epic adventure Chaos in the City of Splendors. So these people were playing all in an epic together. Again, these are different tables who are having their own set of play happening. Oh, I like these minis. Very cool. I like that Dapper Dan there with is that a staff of snakes that's wrapping around his arm there? That's pretty cool. I like that. So congratulations to everyone who participated in this event, and I'm so glad that they raised that much for suicide prevention. It's definitely something that's very important for people to communicate and talk about, and Chaos in the City of Splendors is a pretty great epic set in the city of Waterdeep, so that's pretty cool. If you are interested in finding out ways to get your Adventurers League group highlighted here on D&D News, send in photos of your group to community@dndadventurersleague.org. Put in a group shot or several group shots, and include a blurb with information about your friendly local game store, the state or country where you are, whatever information you feel like sharing, and we will highlight it here and get more people excited about what's happening here in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. On the same tip, and just to make sure everybody knows, Dice Camera Action is starting in just about 20 minutes. We're getting excited for episode 140 of that. I'll be going through a couple other fun stuff in the meantime. But Dungeon Masters Guild kind of runs hand in hand with Adventurers League. A lot of the adventures and short content, modules, if you will, to use the nomenclature from the past, can be found on Dungeon Masters Guild in addition to tons of other great stuff. So Dungeon Masters Guild lets you .com. Got to make sure the .com's in there. Lets you publish your D&D 5th edition creations for fun and profit. It's the only platform where you can publish adventures and supplements within the Forgotten Realms, Ravenloft, Ravnica, and other wizards, settings, heroes, and more. There is a lot of great stuff on Dungeon Masters Guild. Wonderful storytelling things as well as mechanics. Great resource for fans who are looking for something new, maybe something a little more bite-sized, maybe something that kind of just tickles your fancy bone. I don't think that's a word, but it can tickle your fancy bone about different things. So check it out. And the one thing I wanted to highlight for this is this document right here. The 5e Parents Guide to Classes with an adorable piece of art there. I love that. This is great. For the first time, print books are on sale using the May D&D sale. So titles all across, I should just go back to me. So titles all across Dungeon Masters Guild are 15% off this entire month. The entire month of May, which starts tomorrow, is going to have tons of fun stuff. And as we're saying, you can definitely download things digitally. You can download things digitally in PDF form from Dungeon Masters Guild, but there's also a whole print-on-demand section. And as now I'm figuring out how this information is organized, you can get a sale price for print books from the Dungeon Masters Guild during this May sale for the first time. Got it all figured out. I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm a terrible person. And one of those items that is on sale is the 5th edition Parents Guide to Classes by Corey Longenecker. What is Parents Guide to Classes? Well, it provides a new take on classic 5th edition classes. Being a parent or caregiver ain't easy, especially when dragons and goblins abound. This supplement, available as a digital PDF or hardcover book, includes subclasses like the College of Children's Entertainment, Oath of the Parent, and School of Parenting, and more. And here's a really exciting thing, all of the proceeds from this book will benefit Extra Life, which is fantastic. So check out, purchase that book if you can. I am especially excited about the College of Children's Entertainment. Perhaps there is some clowning, some bubbles, some balloon animals, maybe with a D&D spin on it. I can't wait to check out this book as a parent myself. I think that's pretty great. So yeah, for real, check it out. And as Mighty Guin says, I think Paulton might really need this book, to be a better parent, which I think is pretty true. Great stuff. I love everything about the creativity that's on display at Dungeon Masters Guild, and who knows, you'll get inspired by some of the amazing work that's on there, and you'll start making some on your own. That's what Dungeon Masters Guild is all about. You can upload your creations up there and get feedback from the community almost immediately, which is fantastic. Ghosts of Saltmarsh is coming out very soon, May 21st. That's a mere 21 days away from now. That's 3 weeks, people. Today is a Tuesday. It's going to be out in 2 other Tuesdays. Nuts. Oh, crazy. Oh my gosh, that's very soon. So it's available in 2 different covers. It is a book that is all about the nautical adventures and amazing fun things that are coming out, including more details about the town of Saltmarsh. You'll be able to weave together all the adventures for a campaign that will take you from level 1 all the way up to level 12. There's also rules about how to run your own ship and pilot it, as well as one thing that I think is a really great addition or use case for Ghosts of Saltmarsh is that if you're running something that's taking place on the sea, or maybe your adventurers just get to the sea, you can kind of use one of these adventures and kind of plug and play it in any kind of campaign. It's nominally set in the world of Greyhark, using the town of Saltmarsh. Saltmarsh is canonically in Greyhawk, but you can use the content from that book and adapt it for any setting, including your homebrew setting, pretty easily. So check it out. Greyhark I mentioned that's available in 2 covers. The standard cover is available everywhere, so that's both online and through all types of merchants. The Ghost of Saltmarsh special cover, which features the snarling Sahuagin here coming at you in the camera. It's pretty amazing. It's a scuff-free cover, which looks amazing, and it is available only in game stores. As TK puts in the chat here, the artwork is super fantastic. Gregor Zwierkowski did the standard cover, and NC Winters did the special cover. I've seen these in the flesh in the new book smell you could get from opening up these books, and they're amazing. So you should jump in and grab one if you can very soon. Mara Scout, good to see you. We have a lot of people who are subbing today. So Denisa Nerd, I love you. Or maybe that's Danis a Nerd? I don't know. I love how you pronounce it. It's fantastic. Glad to see you here, and thank you for subbing. One other fun thing, that's not that it. This is what another fun thing I want to talk about. It's this book, Acquisitions Incorporated. It is a Dungeons & Dragons book. It's got 224 pages. That's all you need to know. Well, that's not all you need to know. There is a lot more in here. Have you ever checked out Acquisitions Incorporated on PAX or through video on demand, or even the old podcasts? That's right. Acquisitions Incorporated was born in audio form only more than 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But if you ever loved the amazing amount of stuff that's in there, Green Flame, here's your chance. Get this book. You'll be able to use the flavors and feels of Acquisitions Incorporated at your table. You'll figure out how to start up your own franchise. There's a mini campaign in there with a few adventures that you can string together. A lot of great, amazing creators worked on this book, including Jerry Holkins, otherwise known as Omen Dran, aka Dungeon Master for Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team. Also someone who will be at DandD Live 2019, The Descent, Dungeon Mastering with the C Team, as well as appearing as a player on stage, which is super fantastic. He had a lot to do with this book. Alyssa Grant, producer of Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team, had a lot to do with getting this book off the ground. And then, of course, the amazing freelance team of writers, Teos Abadia, Sean Merwin, and Scott Gray Fitzgerald did amazing work contributing to Acquisitions Incorporated, the D&D source book. That will be out on June 18th this year. That's right, June 18th, 2019. Check it out if you can. It'll be out on D&D Beyond, Roll20, all kinds of online retailers. You can even pre-order on the Penny Arcade website, so check it, dude. There is also a really fun mobile game in the works. It's been out in Canada, so a shout out to all of your folks who were giving me some side eye in Canada Town earlier in this stream. But our friends at Ludia are making a game called Warriors of Waterdeep. It is a kind of a turn-based action RPG in which you can, or maybe strategy RPG. I don't know. There's RPG elements in there, and there's strategy elements. You kind of assemble your party, and you can make moves against monsters like ogres and dragons. You'll interact with many of the NPCs from Waterdeep, including Laryl Silverhand, Mert the Moneylender, Durnan, the proprietor of the Yawning Portal, as well as a whole bunch more. It's super cool, and we're going to play you this amazing trailer so that you know what it's like in animated form right now. Sorry about that. I just realized I can actually change the audio, and maybe I should move it back up. Is that okay? You can hear me good? You can hear me good? I apologize for that. Now, I'm a very good sound balancer. I apologize. Now I know how to do it, though. I actually was like, I was seeing all your chat and being like, no, I'm hurting their ears. Their ears are bleeding. What do I do? And then I looked over here. I'm like, oh, I could just turn the volume down right here. We use many machines and computers to stream all of this stuff right here. Now, am I too quiet now? Now that I'm worried about. So yeah, I've got this laptop here. I've got this machine here in front of me. And then we've got a monitor here that has chat. And then there's the monitor that's actually doing the streaming thing over here. Now I know. The more you know, you go over here and you move it, and I can actually control the volume. So that's amazing, and I'm really hoping this guy can also control the volume with its eye holes. I don't know if you guys know this, but Emmy Tanji is an amazing graphic artist. She did the graphic arts for this overlay that's right under here right now. In fact, she basically created this kind of like, that thing right there. But every day I have this on my desk at here in the office. Every day when she leaves, she touches a different eyeball. And I've always asked her, like, what does that mean? Which eyeball is the lucky one? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one. And I'm trying to say it's usually my eyeballs are the lucky ones. But it is kind of disturbing to touch an eyeball. Maybe you guys can touch it if you want. I don't know what that was. I feel like I just got possessed a little bit, but maybe not. Is the volume too low now? Is the volume too low? Should I be talking louder? It's a code. Please stop. I'm so bad. Oh, I like the question mark, Stone of Galar, Bougie. Sorry, now I messed up all the volume by saying I was too low. Now I need to talk louder. I can do that too. Greg is quiet and videos are loud. I understand. I think everybody turned down the sound when it was too loud, and then now it's talking about. But I wanted to highlight one more thing for you guys before we get ready for Dice Camera Action, episode 140, which is going to start in about 7 minutes. There is, and I'm going to eat the mic. All right, good. Eat the mic. It's right here. All right, I will eat it. Well, maybe no, that's just, well, maybe I'll do that. I can turn it up a little bit. How's that? Better? I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. All I know is that Dragon Plus is out right now. It is available on your phone. You can get it on your iOS phone, on your Android phone. It's fantabulous. The new issue has tons of stuff about the Acquisitions Incorporated book, as well as a wonderful amount of community content. I suggest you download it, the new issue. I think it's fantastic. There is stuff about the Stranger Things that will be coming added to that issue very soon. And if you want to get that content but not have it log onto your phone, you can do so through dragonmag.com, where all of the issues are available there. I don't know, fun thing about Dragon Plus 2 is it aggregates all of the social commentary, not commentary, but social media things that happen from our posting on Facebook as well as Twitter, and some Twitch and YouTube things. So if you're just interested in a consolidated grab all of your stuff thing going there, it can be a godsend. So check out Dragon Plus if you can. Search for using the actual plus symbol after Dragon in the iTunes App Store or on the Google Play Store, and it should be come to you. It's all free. You can download new content every 2 months. There's been, I think it's on issue 26 or 27. We've been going really strong with Dragon Plus, delivering all this fun stuff to you, and it's wonderful. There's also lots of great gaming content in there, including maps and wonderful stuff to enhance your game if you so choose. So I suggest you check it out. It's super fun. Why are there not any Cyclops races? That's a very good question. Maybe we should create one. There you go. I did it. It's a armor Cyclops. Yeah, as long as you cover up the eyes and use that, that's all you need to do. Some other fun things that I want to make sure and highlight before I kick it to Dice Camera Action is that Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse is an amazing company put together by Matthew Lillard and his friends, his old gaming group that, his current and present gaming group that get together and play Dungeons and Dragons all the time. They released the Waterdeep Dragon Heist Platinum Edition of that adventure with tons of great props and things. I was actually just playing last night using a lot of the props and maps and accoutrements that come along with that Platinum Edition. Well, there is a Sinister Silver Edition of Ghosts of Saltmarsh coming out from Beetle and Grimm's very soon. It will have all the content that's in Ghosts of Saltmarsh, as well as tons of props, tons of things that you can add to spice up the Dungeon Master you play with and their amazing bag of tricks. So check it out if you can. It's not as expensive as the Platinum Edition is. I think it retails for $175 out there. There's lots of affiliate links from our friends, many of whom who are in the chat right now, for ways to get that a little bit cheaper, or at least to kick a few bucks to some of your favorite creators. So order through them if you're interested in any type of seafaring campaign. Getting the Ghost of Saltmarsh Sinister Silver Edition from Beetle and Grimm's is a great way to, maybe just give a nice gift to your Dungeon Master for Mother's Day. Just say, here you go. I know you love storytelling and pirates. Here you go. Here is the Sinister Silver Edition for you, Mom. You've earned it. So that's awesome. Check it out if you can. All right. I think I am done for today. I'm out of coffee. I feel my energy levels dripping. So I have to get more coffee. My poor sword is no longer on fire. This mug is available, or will be available, if not, it's available right now in Target. So look for it there. It has been fantastic, and I just love seeing all the different colors change. So you guys are great. We're going to get out of here, have you guys get ready for Dice Camera Action, episode 140, with all of the Waffle Crew, led by Mr. Chris Perkins. Check it out in 5, 4, 3,